nigga still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing trees. And the same niggas that be around there will see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn, me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chopped. Trying to serve ain't got no business on my block, I bet you getting chopped. Now either way you try to fuck with my partner, don't believe that ass getting chopped. That flip shit, Dr. Jacob, Mr. High, come on. Gonna be, you know how I played it all. That nigga burned it.
Antonio Turner died from a vicious animal attack, but an autopsy showed he was a victim of murder. Good evening, I'm Clarice Tinsley. In this week's Track Down, Fox 4's Sean Rabb has surveillance video of people homicide detectives are interested in knowing.
We're in the 4100 block of Pringle Drive at Canada Drive in West Dallas. Detective Kenneth Castrol. Detective, our case today started back in January, and you thought someone had been attacked by a dog. Tell me.
Yes, sir. Those are the initial reports.
Who is that person?
Antonio Dominic Turner.
And he was 41?
Yes, sir. On January 7th, 2026, Dallas Police and Fire responded to a call here on Pringle Drive. They located an injured person. He was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced deceased. So the video documents there's two individuals that were believed to have left the residence shortly after the incident occurred that are persons of interest that we believe may have some information or may have actually seen what happened inside.
So he had been attacked by a dog, you thought?
Initially, yes. Those are initial reports, yes.
And how did it become a homicide?
Further investigation revealed through autopsy and whatnot that there was some injuries significant with homicidal violence.
Tell me about the two men you just mentioned that we see on video.
Yes, sir. You can see one male. He was tall, walking a dog that we believe may have been the dog that was involved in the incident. And then there was another male on the second video clip that was walking. He was wearing a red jacket that was believed to be with him as well.
This daytime or nighttime?
It was daytime. It was about 2:25 in the afternoon.
So the video, how good is the video?
It's pretty clear.
Is it good enough where if you know him, you know him?
I believe so, yes, sir.
And so what is it that you need?
So I need anybody who had information or may have been inside the residence or saw what happened to contact me. We don't have very many witnesses or anybody that's come forward yet. So that's what I really need, is just somebody to come forward and tell me what happened inside.
How can folks reach you, Detective Kenneth Castrol?
They can email me at kenneth.castrol@dallaspolice.gov, or they can call my cell phone at 469-781-1261.
Get at him, email or his cell phone, talk or text, but identify these two men, persons of interest, in the death, the murder of Antonio Turner.
Welcome back to the favorite channel, PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner, where I give it to my brothers and sisters fair and unbiased, raw and uncut, like I always do. Some gonna like it and some ain't, like I always say, man. Big shout out to Cuba Led Johnson. Hey, Cuba, am I pronounced, is it Cubalin Johnson or Cubalin Johnson. I don't know, you know, and I hate to be pronouncing it wrong. Big shout out to the brother John Denbury in the building. Ken Lightning in the building. What's going on? What's going on, man? Giving y'all that dog news. I got some more stuff. We're going to talk about them Boomerang dogs tonight. Some of the best producers of Boomerang, like we always get into these dogs and these pedigrees. We need to know who are the best producers of the Boomerang stuff. You know, when brothers say they got the Boomerang dogs, we want to know who are the best producers coming directly off Boomerang that we will see in the pedigrees in today's time. That's going to lead back to Boomerang. And, you know, we'll always check out other pedigrees as well. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's been having a great day, man. Having a great weekend to start it off. Big shout out to the brothers that me and the brothers was running some b-ball on the court just a little while ago. Salute to them young brothers, man. Gave me a run for my money. I clear, boy, I got to do some more cardio out there, man. Got to do some more cardio. We won it. We was going to 12. We was going to 12. Me and the young buck won it 12-11. But boy, we should have skunked them. We should have skunked them, boy. I told them, man, we had 70 years between me and my man. We were about 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? The boy should have been knocked us off the court. So salute to them brothers, man. And big shout out to the young buck, 7, dog man up in North Carolina. Salute to you, 7, man. Hope you're doing your thing out there. Hope you're having a great weekend as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we getting into it with this Boomerang stuff. And I got some more stuff that I need to clear the air with as well, man. Yes, sir. Cubalin Johnson. Appreciate you. Let me know I've been saying that right. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Now, first thing I'm going to respond to, one of the brothers got out of my comments off the last video. He said, when we was talking about the pit bulls and the colors and the staffs and different things, the brother said the pit bulls came from the staff and he can school me on the colors. Brother, you always welcome to come up here and you know, when I drop the links and stuff, you always welcome to come up here and get, you know, school me on the colors and stuff, because I don't know it all. But what I will say, and I know this, you know, and I'm not right about everything, big dog, you know, but I will say pit bulls don't come from staffs. Staffs come from pit bulls. You know, pit bulls are the originator of them dogs. They only became staffs when they decided to start breeding away from the fighting and try to make them show and try to make a better name for the dogs. Before that, it was only pit bulls. Pit bulls in the when the standards was made, Mr. Kobe made the standards with AKC or whoever that was back in the days with that, I want to say, what dog was that? Kobe's, was it Pilot? Was it the Pilot dog or one of them dogs? When they made the standards, there wasn't no Staffordshire Terriers out. There was no such thing as a Staffordshire Terrier. You know, pit bulls are the original dog of all them dogs, of every damn dog y'all got out there. And I say it again, from the pocket pits to the damn the XLs to the micros and all that. It wouldn't be none of them shits if it wasn't for a pit bull terrier. You know, you couldn't get no bullies if it wasn't for a pit bull. You can't do that with no mastiff and no bulldog. That's when you get them other looking, the funny looking dogs. You know what I'm saying? Pit bulls are the originators of all them dogs, you know, bro. So if you decide you want to come up here and school me with the colors, it's cool. But in my head, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going with that gray and I'm not going with that merle, no matter what kind of story you give me. You know what I'm saying? And I can listen to your story about the blue dogs. Listen to it all night long. But when it comes to the merle dogs, shit, I'm stuck looking a certain direction when it comes to that, dog. I ain't going back against it. Them dogs only come in certain breeds of dogs. That color only come in certain breeds of dogs when it come to merle. You know? Now, granted, y'all brothers got great looking dogs in today's time with the merles, with the bullies and the other kind of dogs. Y'all got great looking dogs. You know, and the breeding the brothers did to get the breeders into y'all lines or whatever. Great. But when it comes to the original American pit bull terrier yellow one, salute to you, big dog. Big Vance, salute to you, Vance. 305 in the building. Yes, sir. When it comes to the pit, that merle ain't one of the colors that we came in the game with. You know, we can debate the blue. I'm willing to debate the blue with any brother because that's a debatable topic. You know, but the merles, shit, that's an open and shut case. You know what I'm saying? You got caught red-handed. Open and shut case when it comes to that merle. You know, But yeah, man, I feel like you said I was wrong on certain things, and I might be wrong to the brother that was responding to the last video. I might be wrong on some things, but you told me staffs, pit bulls come from staffs, and that's totally wrong, big dog. Staffs come from pit bulls. You know, it was no staffs, was none of that type of dogs. And like I said, them Europeans, they got it and did something with it. And maybe they got blues and all type of stuff with their dogs when they mix some other kind of stuff with it. You know, but yeah, man. Now, one brother asked me, I'm gonna go and answer a few questions that the brothers had asked me before I get into this boomerang talk. One brother asked me, must a pit bull have a big head? Must a pit bull have a big head? Because, you know, when I want to say, he said he took a dog to the vet and it wasn't looking pit bullish. You know, it wasn't looking bullyish. Blocky head, looking like a bulldog. And the vet saying it's, oh, it's mixed breed, or it's this, or it's that. Does the vet know what they're talking about? Hell no, big dog. You know, hell no. You might have the most purest bred pit bull terrier, American pit bull terrier, and as a 3 and 4 week, 5-week-old puppy, he might not look like a pit. But you know what you got. You know what I'm saying? You know what you got. Them vets, they only human, just like we human. They don't got no kind of nothing that could tell them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it like this: the brothers that be on these different platforms day to day, from Going Hard to Sport Dog Archive to Fat Bill to everybody who be in different brothers chats and different things, you know, you got probably more knowledge than your average vet do when it comes to the American Pit Bull Terrier. You know what I'm saying? You got it, man. These folks just like, a lot of them is like your tree hugger mentality. You know, they know how to do stuff when it comes to the medicine and stuff like that, but they use the stereotypes and stuff when it comes to these dogs, man. So, brother, don't get rid of your dog because of what the vet say. You know what I'm saying? The vet can't tell you nothing about a pit bull unless it really look like a bullyish looking dog. You know, other than that, they ain't got no blood test that can tell you that's a pit bull. You can do your DNA and you know, you can send that off. And a lot of times brothers don't like what they see when they send them DNA results, all that DNA stuff off. They get the dog DNA back, the shit say it got everything in it but a pit bull. But it looked like a pit bull, but it got everything in it but a pit bull. So, you know how they say, stop going, don't go through your girl phone, you're gonna find what you're looking for? Them brothers like that with them DNA tests. Them motherfuckers say Mayday on the papers, you know, and they send the DNA off just to have a little certification. They believe it's a Mayday dog, but they send that DNA off to get a little certification. Now they get it back and they say it's a Rhodesian Ridgeback, a little bit of Boxer, a little bit of Shar-Pei, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you ain't got no pit bull in it. So sometimes it's better to leave well enough alone, man, when it comes to them dogs. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, John Derby, they be lying a lot of times, man. They be lying, just like I told you. If it was up to the vet, I wouldn't have Mellow Yellow right now, because they damn sure told me to put her down when I took her there the last time. Put her down, because her kidneys failing and her liver failing. And here we is going on 2 years later, and I still got her. You know what I'm saying? So shit, the vet hit. I always said, they can say what they want to say, but a lot of them discriminate against them pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? If I would have came in there with a poodle, it wouldn't have been the same kind of talk. But them pit bulls, they quick to want to put them down. They quick to want to put them to sleep. And they don't want the best for the dog when it comes to the pit bulls. Not all the vets, just some of them. You know what I'm saying? Now, I hope I answer your question, big dog. Your dog don't gotta have a big head to be a full-blooded pit bull. He don't gotta be looking like a pit bull to be a full-blooded pit. As long as you know you got one, I wouldn't advise you to go get one that you don't actually know what it is and try to go off the looks, because you no telling what you got when it get big. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it is what it is on that, man. Now, what I do want to touch on real quick, you know, these brothers that's talking about Saber 2000, still talking about Saber 2000 on these Facebook groups and stuff like that. Worrying about Mellow Yellow, the mama, and talking about SBS Pandora. Let me explain to y'all brothers something, man. Let me explain to y'all little motherfuckers something. You know, First of all, when it comes to Saber 2000 and what y'all want to call SBS Pandora, that's what SBS named her when he had her. I named the Saber 2000. First of all, SBS didn't breed that dog. SBS bought that dog from over here on my side of town, right? It'd be different if he bred her, like how I bred Mellow Yellow, and then I sell one of y'all Mellow Yellow, and then y'all change your name. Maybe I have the right to argue about, oh, that's Mellow Yellow. That's Mellow Yellow. Because I bred the dog. SBS didn't breed that dog. He brought that dog from my folk over here. You know what I'm saying? And I got the papers from Walker Mall. You know, he bought that dog from Walker Mall, and I got the papers from Walker Mall. So what the fuck is y'all still talking about? I don't even understand it. Haters, man. That's what I call hater ass shit. Get y'all shit together. Stop worrying about mine. You know. Early James, salute to you, big dog. The vets, Early James said the vets will lie to you. Get y'all shit together, man. Stop worrying about mine. You know what I'm saying? They changed Apples and Pearl name, Jocko Little Mate brothers and sisters. They changed them names. They changed many more dogs' names throughout these years. But only one y'all worried about is Pelican Bay, because Pelican Bay on the rise. The only one you worried about is my shit, because I'm on the rise out here. And I'm doing my thing out here. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't worrying about none of the rest of them. They can do whatever they do. You play follow the leader when it comes to them old school bulldoggers, and you hate on the new brothers that try to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that. You play follow the fucking leader to all the people you read about in the book, and oh, they can do it this way and they can do it that way. Because I'm going to talk about some more stuff too before we get in that boomerang talk. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the brother Samurai, dropping them great topics on Facebook. But I want to talk about this right here as well, because I've seen a bunch of different answers. What it take to create a bloodline. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers say 4 generations. A lot of brothers say breed this and breed that. But what I'm trying to figure out is how did David Tant start Grand Champion Yellow bloodline and he ain't made no crosses. Chavis Yellow John bred the Chavis, which a dog he got from Chavis, Tant's Miss Jocko. Oh, Grand Champion Yellow. Man, only thing you gotta do to start a bloodline is make a name for your fucking dog. You know what I'm saying? Make a name for your shit and you got a fucking line. How many breeders did Victor make to start Mayday blood? Consider Mayday a bloodline. How many you think Victor made 4 generations of breedings? Hell no. You can't find the 4 generations that Victor made. None of y'all can find the 4 generations of breeders that Victor made. Every damn dog you see off Mayday is somebody else's damn dog. Mayday made a name and that was the dog. Jeep made a name and that was the bloodline. Red Boy, he didn't have to do no 4 generations. Bolio didn't have to do the 4, but y'all put standards on these brothers in modern day time. You play follow the leader, but you ain't even really comprehending how, at least you act like you can't see how these brothers did it already. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm trying to figure out how many, if somebody can answer it, please answer it for me. How many breedings did Victor do with Mayday to consider that his bloodline? And how many did David Tant do to consider that his bloodline? Oh, let me pull up this boomerang, and I'm going back to the boomerang, but let me go to David Tant's yellow real quick. We're going back to the boomerang, and like I said, we're rocking with the boomerang tonight. I ain't gonna be on this yellow. I'm just talking about it on this particular topic. What it take to make your own blood? If you look at Grand Champion Yellow, every last one of these dogs from the second, third generation on back to the first, coming off Mr. Chavis stuff. David Tant didn't breed this dog. He bought this dog right here, Miss Jocko, from Mr. Chavis. This wasn't his dog either. So Mr. Chavis made the breeding to David Tant dog, which was Grand Champion Yellow. So why he didn't have to wait 4 generations? Now, when you go to Yellow and you go to Mayday, let's see, can we find Mayday real quick? Let's skip straight off of him and go to Southern Kennels Mayday. Why they didn't have to make 4 generations of breedings? That means Barracuda was bred back into Mo Chavis stuff. Let's go to Barracuda. Mayday bloodline. Some people may not consider Mayday a blood. Some people may consider Mayday blood of the Red Boy Jocko, Tombstone Bolio blood. You know, you can't show me none of the dogs in the past or tell me none of the brothers from the past that waited 4 generations to make a damn bloodline. When they made names for their dogs, that's the blood. Make a name for your dog, and that's the blood. I'm gonna show you. They say old Buck on. They say old Buck on a tombstone. If he is, that's the worst mistake the brother could have made. You made a name for your dog. You supposed to ride out from there. You could have had a Buck and Red Boy dog. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what Buck off? You go in his pedigree and look and see what he's coming down off of, and that's all good. But Buck and Jeep dog, a Buck and Big John dog, you know, a Buck and Bolio dog, Buck Tombstone Bolio, Buck and Boyles, Dirty Mary type stuff, or Buck and Chinaman dog. You make a name for your dog. You know, that's all you got to do, man. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. And I feel like I said, brothers be giving the old school bulldoggers, you give them their props. You give all of us our props. Anybody who bulldog in them days, they props. But when it comes to creating your blood and your dogs ain't no different than, you ain't doing nothing no different than what the next brother did. You just in a different time of day. You know, we can't help that Mr. Tudor was older than us, born before us, and he was out when it wasn't that many bulldoggers. We can't help Mr. Kobe was living back in the early 1900s. That's when the Lord decided for him to be born. So he going with the program. He going with the flow of what's out here. Only a handful of people got dogs. They not doing nothing more special than what you're doing in today's time. If Mr. Kobe would have been living, if Mr. Kobe would have started his dogs in the modern day era, you think he would have lasted from the early 1900s to now? May have been, but he wouldn't have lasted the same way he did back then with that. Everybody got different circumstances in the time that they're coming up in. You're going to take your own credit away, dick riding folk that been gone and did it their way. You ain't going to do it your way. You're going to try to do it the way they did it. You know? So, I mean, hey, this is my opinion, man. When you say what it takes to start your blood, right now, hey Vance, check it out, right? When you ask a brother what kind of dog they got, right now they got the Mayday stuff in them. They don't say Red Boy Jocko, Tombstone Bolio. Every now and then they say that. Every now and then they say it. Most time they say a Mayday dog. It's a Mayday dog. It's a Mayday dog. This a Frisco dog. This a Chinaman dog. God didn't wait. He made 4 breedings to the damn start talking about you got Chinaman dogs. Mr. Danny Burton ain't wait till he made 4 breedings off of Hank to start talking about he got Hank dogs. No, man. You think Jocko waited till he had made 4 generations of breedings before it was called Jocko stuff? They was breeding Red Boy dogs directly to the Jocko, directly to Jocko's sons, directly to Jocko's daughters. Oh, this Red Boy Jocko. It wasn't no 4 generations. I'm just trying to figure out, I want to know one old school motherfucker that waited 4 generations to start their damn bloodline of dogs. And show me you know how long 4 generations is if we go to all these famous dogs? That's the whole damn pedigree. Now let's go to Jocko. You got Dangerous Dan. That's going to your termite stuff. That ain't 4 generations. Termite. How about termite? Termite himself. Did Termite have to wait 4 generations of breeders to say he was a bloodline? They termite dogs, termite dogs, termite dogs. You know, I got termite and so dog. Yeah, they all gonna go back to something else. They all gonna go back to certain dogs, yeah. But termite is a bloodline. Mayday is a bloodline. Jocko is a bloodline. Red Boy is a bloodline. Jeep is a bloodline. He made a name for termite. That's all he did. Once he made a name for the damn dog, people want to breed to him. Now I got some of that termite stuff. You know what I'm saying? These termite dogs, you know. Brothers who bred directly to termite and had them dogs directly to termite. They weren't screaming, oh, Red Boy Jocko. They were screaming termite. These termite dogs. They weren't waiting 4 generations. A lot of these old schoolers weren't even making crosses. David Tant didn't make no crosses with damn yellow, and he was still calling that his blood, and all the shit was coming from Mr. Chavis stuff. Tant's yellow. What cross did David Tant make that he's famous for, that all this stuff right here? And he got both dogs come from Mr. Chavis. Chavis Yellow John and Chavis and Miss Jocko dog come directly from Mr. Chavis. What crosses did David Tant make to say, oh, this is starting my bloodline? Which crosses did he make? The famous dog that David Tant known for is Grand Champion Yellow. Of 2 dogs that he did, one of them, the sire, not even his dog. The female he bought from the man who he used the sire from. So that's like if I buy a female from you, Vance, if I buy a female from you off of 357, and then I breed back to 357, and I get the most famous dog in history. And I started off the most famous dog. That's all he did. But y'all telling me, if I do it with Vance, it's, oh, that's 357 stuff. That's 357 stuff. But David Tant can do it, and he can straight out Mr. Chavis' name. You don't even hear talk about Mr. Chavis. Tant's yellow, Tant's yellow. But then when we ask a brother what it take to start your bloodline, you got to tell me 4 generations. I'll tell you like this: if you don't want to be a brother that's making a name for his shit, making a name for his program, making a name for his dogs, then yeah, take that 4 generations or whatever and do it how you do it. But if you make a name for your damn dog, you ain't gotta wait for shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight buy you go buy a dog from Garner Rat now and make a name for that dog. And everybody know this dog. You know what I'm saying? This dog named Moonlight. You went and bought a dog named Moonlight coming off of Santos and Bobby Peru female. Coming off, and the dog named Moonlight. Everybody know the dog. All across the fucking world. I don't know what you did to make them famous. Everybody know the dog. You know? That's a fucking bloodline. Everybody gonna want to come breed with that dog. I got some of Moonlight and Jeep stuff. You know? I got Moonlight and Bolio stuff. Like I always say, it's not rocket scientists, big dog. Not rocket scientists. It's whether you want to make a name for yourself and whether you want to sit back and bullshit with this shit or not. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't built the same. Some people ain't got it in their chest to stick their chest out and say, man, this is my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the brothers talking about SBS Pandora, Pelican Bays, Sabre, 2000. Say SBS Pandora, but SBS ain't breed this damn dog. He bought this dog as a puppy. So you're damn right I changed the damn name. When I got the dog in my damn yard, the pedigree wasn't changed. Still the same damn pedigree. But you know why they had such a big problem with it? Because I'm doing my thing, like I said. You know what I'm saying? If I was just a motherfucker out there, wasn't doing shit with my dogs, and wasn't trying to make a name with my dogs, you would have never heard nothing about none of that stuff. Period. You know? Never, man. Now, we can always say Mayday, Red Boy Jocko, Tombstone Bolio. But like I said, Everybody know it, and you know I ain't lying. When you ask a brother what kind of dog he got, he say Mayday dog. You know, it's up to you to know what the hell Mayday off of. Now Macho Buck, Vance say Macho Buck made a name. Yeah, and Macho Buck made a name for him. And when people got them dogs off of Macho Buck, they don't even call 357 name. They call Macho Buck. Macho Buck. Macho Buck dog. I got a Macho Buck dog. I got a Macho Buck dog. A Jeep and Macho Buck dog. Yeah. But if you know what Macho Buck, yeah, you know what kind of dog he is. So you know what kind of dog is, what kind of dogs is in your pedigree. But when they got a dog that's predominantly Macho Buck, they don't call 357 name, they call Macho Buck. Because he made a name for himself. They call Barracuda, when he got a predominantly Barracuda dog, they say Barracuda. I got a Barracuda dog, because he made a name for himself. Luke Kane, I got a Luke Kane dog. Everybody know who these dogs coming off of course. But these dogs make names for themselves. So I mean, it just is what it is. Some people want to rely on the stuff in their pedigree. I came up in the game, make a name for your fucking self. Macho Buck, Mexican Eli dog. While we talking about Eli, let's go to Mr. Boudreaux real quick before I get in that the Boomerang stuff. The Boudreaux's Eli. Real quick. Blind Billy, Eli. Now, Eli is only 3 generations off of Tudor's dogs. And this other shares Tammy down there. Eli's only 3 generations. So that still don't fall into play with your 4 generation stuff. 4 generation talk. Bully son. I got a bully son dog. I got a bully son dog. I got a bully son dog. That's only one damn coming straight off of Eli. You shouldn't even be talking about no bully son if he's coming straight off of another bloodline. It should be, oh, I got an Eli dog. I got an Eli dog. Not no bully son dog. These brothers say bully son every day, all day. Because bully son made a name for himself. The person who owned bully son, like they said, like the brother say, I think it was Jerry Holcomb said it. If it wasn't him, it was Mr. Boudreaux. Mr. Carver talked about bully son like he was the best dog in the world. He promoted that damn dog, not Red Wallen. Mr. Carver promoted that dog like he was the best dog in the world. And now we still talking about him today. One breeding off of Eli, a bloodline. So they can do a bloodline, but we gotta wait 4 generations. Shit me. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate me when my dog a blood, because I know how to make a name for my dog. And that's all it is. Make a name for your shit, dog. You know? Making a name don't mean, okay, yeah, he a winner and a couple people know him. You got to make him known world fucking wide. Make him known all across the country. You got dogs that's known all across the country that ain't got 1 win under their belt. And I ain't talking about in modern day time. I'm talking about back in the days. Red Boy record not like the rest of them dogs' record. 5 wins, 6 wins, 7 wins. But he known. So in my opinion, man, it ain't no amount of generations you gotta breed to make your own blood. You get out there and make a name for your damn dog, man. Like I said before, you buy a dog, Vance, I buy a dog from you. And this dog here named Slingshot. Slingshot saved a family from a burning house. One time, this Slingshot made the news again, and he saved another family from a robbery attempt. Everybody know about Slingshot across the news. CNN want to interview me because Slingshot the pit bull done saved 2 families already. Everybody know the dog from Miami to New York City to California. Just like that dog that was running with the coyotes. You know, just like that dog. Now y'all can argue and say, oh, he ain't this or he ain't that. But everybody know him. That's the name that everybody gonna speak when they say, what kind of dog you got? Oh, this is a Slingshot Red Boy dog. Slingshot Jeep Rascal dog. Now, let me pull that Boomerang dog back up. Now, when it comes to this Boomerang stuff, man, you know, I know a lot of brothers that's running some good Boomerang dogs out there. We just want to look at the pedigree. And like I said, you know, I always look up other pedigrees for y'all brothers. Drop them down in the chat as well when you want me to look them up. But when it comes to this Boomerang stuff, man, coming down off Carver's pistol and Carver's Miss Spike. Oh, shit. This another dog that's right in the same topic that we talking about. All this Boomerang dogs that y'all got out there. And that come one come off of Carver's pistol, and that dog come off of Elias' pistol, Carver's D. Then the mama dog come off of Earl Tudor stuff and Womack Merck. Davis don't got nothing to do with none of these dogs in the first 2 generations, all the way back to the 4th generation. But Boomerang is a damn bloodline. I got that Boomerang stuff. I got that Boomerang stuff. I got the Boomerang stuff. I got the Boomerang stuff. Oh, let me see how many people I got up in here right now, man. Hold up. I think it's time for me to... I got a video for y'all, brothers. Go get it. Go get it. Hold up. Just in case you ain't paid attention. You know, we got to slow it down and bring it back. This is equivalent. The dude in the red shorts is equivalent to Eli dog. Go and get it. Go and get it. Go and get it. You see how the girl yelling, kick his ass, kick his ass. That's just how they be around the square. They come out hard as hell, then they start talking about kicking. Yeah, I told you this and that, and blah, blah, blah. That old red boy Jocko dog and that boy in the black, he ain't looking pretty. He looking ugly down there, but he's still in the fight.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Hey, don't jump in, baby. Don't jump in. Don't run, nigga. Get that nigga. Don't run, nigga. Don't run, nigga.
Typical Eli dog. Start off with a bang, and when the shit don't work your way, get to running, get to scatting. You know, that brother in the black weathered the storm. Hit that man. The brother in the black only hit him 2 times, and he broke off running. You see how many punches that dude in the red threw? Man, listen here, man. I had to drop that one on there for my Eli brothers though. Had to drop it, man. But yeah, that Boomerang we looking at here. Boomerang we looking at. Now let's look at some of his offspring. What I'm trying to ask y'all brothers that know about the Boomerang stuff, which one of these dogs, I know Pool Hall Red is some of the more famous dogs that I hear the name of. Miss Pool Hall Red. I got a Miss Pool Hall Red dog. What kind of dog is that? Boomerang dog. Hey, but Davis ain't make 4 breedings to call his shit Boomerang stuff. Pool Hall Red. Hold up, man. I'm getting back to this real quick. Let me go to Adam Zebo. Let me go to Adam Zebo, man. Zebo, not even, Adams didn't even breed Zebo, but that's a fucking bloodline. Zebo dogs. Andy, Lonzo's Andy, Lonzo's Angie. You don't see Adams' name nowhere in this whole 4 generations. But when you talk Zebo, you don't talk Lonzo's Andy, Lonzo's Angie. You talk Adams, Zebo. He didn't wait 4 generations. They made names for the dogs. And back in the days, okay, this is the dog a grand champion. He made a name for himself. I'm breeding to this dog. You know, I got Zebo Jocko stuff. I got Zebo Termite stuff. I got Zebo Grand Champion Yellow stuff. Tans Yellow stuff. Cruz Rocky. Let's go to Cruz Rocky. I'm going back to that Boomerang. Don't worry. Cruz Rocky. Cottonham's Boomer, Cottonham Ginger, Hughes Dusty 2, and Holcomb's. We see Holcomb's in the second generation. You don't see Cruz's name in here nowhere at all. But when you ask a brother what kind of dog they got, and it's predominantly Cruz Rocky, they say Cruz Rocky. Yeah, we know this red boy stuff. Yeah. You think Mr. Chavez was waited 4 generations of Mr. Bass to breed red boy for 4 generations before he called Yellow Giant a red boy dog? What kind of dog you got, Mr. Chavez? Red boy dog, coming off that old red boy dog? Red boy? So I just don't understand. You know, it's follow the leader. It's follow the leader and hate on the brothers from modern day time that do their thing in modern day time. You hate on them and you play follow the leader from all these old schoolers. And they ain't never played follow the leader for the rest of them folk. When them brothers was making their dogs and put their dogs out there, they weren't playing follow the leader for the ones who was before them. They was making a name for their shit and moving forward from there. Now, I need some assistance to let me know which one of these Boomerang dogs is the top. We're going to do the top 5 breeding Boomerang stuff because brothers got Boomerang dogs and they need to know how to breed them and which dogs define off of the stuff. What dog define off the Boomerang stuff? Showtime in the building. Yes, sir. Van say the Boomerang Snooty stuff was the cross. I don't know which one of these dogs is Boomerang and Snooty though, Vance. But I'll look at start off with Pool Hall Red. Pool Hall Red. Boomerang. Back to the Carver's Ironhead female. Tudor's Miss Tudor Spike. Tudor Spike on both sides. Top and bottom. Trans Rascal up there. That's why I say Crenshaw stole the name. Crenshaw finessed the Rascal name, even though Rascal what he had was a good dog. He finessed the Rascal name Because there's no way he couldn't finesse the rap. It's like me naming my dog Yellow, or not Yellow is too common. Rascal is more unique name than Yellow is. You know, Mayday. It's like me naming my dog Mayday after there's already a dog named Mayday. It's what Crenshaw did with this dog here. Yeah, I got a good dog. My dog a grand champion, right? And I named him Mayday. Nah, man, Mayday name already solidified in the dirt. There should be no more Maydays. It can be Mayday this or Mayday that or Red Mayday or Yellow Mayday or something different, but it can't be just Mayday because it's already solidified. It should have never been no other Rascals made by Mr. Crenshaw. That was a money move, man. This dog right here was already famous before Crenshaw Rascal even hit the scene. He used that name. Because you can't tell me when they had Pool Hall Red that they weren't saying this dog is a Tudor Spike dog, a Rascal dog. Blind Billy, they could say all that stuff, but I guarantee you they said this dog got the Rascal stuff in it. Or the Carver's Pistol dog got the Rascal stuff in it. But this Pool Hall Red, hey man, I had just going left real quick. I ain't taking this pedigree down, but going left, I had a dog coming off of Beach Boy Billy or something like that. I think I want to say his name was back in the days as well. But I'm gonna look one of these days and see what that stuff coming off of. I think it was Beach Boy Billy. But right here we got Woods champion Thor. Bully Boots. Bully Boots again, Holcomb's Bully Boots. Hold up. One more. Let me go to one more dog real quick while we talking about bloodlines, man. Plumber's Alligator. Let me go to Plumber's Alligator. We know Alligator bloodline. How many generations did the Plumbers wait to say this was a bloodline? Alligator. Straight off a Tudor dog and coming from William Satin Lady. You don't see no Plumbers nowhere in this pedigree. But Alligator is a bloodline. Oh, the Plumbers could do it, but Pelican Bay can't do it. He got to wait 4 generations. The Plumbers could do it. Victor could do it. David Tant could do it. Crenshaw can do it, but Pelican Bay can't do it. He got to wait 4 generations. Shit me. Now let's get back to this Pool Hall Red stuff. She threw off quite a few champions for the little bit of breeders that she got up here. Well, actually, that one dog up there about 5 times. Bully Boots 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different times they got the same dog up there. But let's just go to that dog and see what that dog producing. All right. Now, this is back to what me and Mad Doctor was talking about right here. Champions, champions, champions. Look at this dog right here. You got Grand Champion Boomerang, Grand Champion Pool Hall Red, that's 2. Champion Bully Boots, that's 3. Champion TK, that's 4. Back to back, right there. Let's check out this Hosey dog. Josie, or whatever they call him. So that'd be Boomerang 1. Even if you go to Honey Bunch, well, we're looking at Boomerang. Honey Bunch 1, 2, 3, 4. Boomerang 1, 2, 3, 4. They ain't got no Nothing for the fifth one down there. Let's check out this Thor dog. And Brother Vance said they was breeding that Boomerang stuff with the snooty stuff, and that did damn good. I'm gonna try to find some of that stuff. So we got, matter of fact, this is it right here. The Thor dog. Snooty with the Boomerang. Rebel Kennels Penny. Now Rebel Kennel ran another Boomerang dog that had Eli in it from the bottom side. It's unknown right here, but it got Eli through the bully son right there. Long's Tuffy. Long's Tuffy coming off of more Blind Billy stuff. Tudor's Spike, Tudor's dogs in there. Cotton's Bullet. So on the top side of this dog is Boomerang and Snooty. And on the bottom side, you got little Boomerang and a little bit of Eli. Boomerang. Davis Boomerang.
Fights has he had?
This dog's 5.
5?
Yeah.
And what happened to the dogs he fought?
Well, some you know about, some you don't know about. He's won every one of them real impressive.
What sort of time scale are we talking about? I mean, how long did he go?
55 minutes has been his longest one, I think. 28 minutes has been his shortest one.
Mm-hmm. Has he killed any of the other dogs?
Yeah. Yeah, he's, the word we've got, you know, that all of them have died from him.
All
the dogs.
All the fights.
Usually, you know, something will happen to them. They'll lose teeth, or they'll get hurt real bad, or either they'll quit and they don't prove game. But he's been everything a man could ask for in a dog.
Well, what is the ideal dog? I mean, what is it that he represents to you?
He represents to me what Secretarial does to racehorses. You know, he's just unbeatable. That's what it is.
He's never been beaten.
Never been beaten. Never come close. Never been hurt.
Well, he's got a few scars.
He's got a few scars, but that's not hurt.
Ranch at Orlando, exercise means a few miles on the cat mill, so called because the cage 2 feet from the dog's jaws often contains live bait. Though Boomerang's fighting days are over, his sons and grandsons are already contributing to the $30,000 a year Baker Davis makes from breeding and fighting his 150 animals.
Now, how many fights?
Now, you heard Mr. Baker say, Mr. Davis say, Boomerang is the secretariat to him, and to him, Boomerang is like secretariat to the horse world. You know, made a name for that dog, man. Once you make a name for him, that's it. Going hard in the building. Big shout out to Big Unc 1 and Big Unc 2, Mike and Mo. Appreciate the dog knowledge you give to the dog game on a weekly basis, going hard kennels. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, man. Boomerang dogs we talking about tonight, brothers. Vance done put us on to brothers who may not know exactly what the good breedings is. You know, Vance put us on it. The Boomerang Snooty stuff. And when I pull up Miss Pool Hall Red, that's your book. That's your. Well, actually, I pull up one of her daughters. Or was it a son? But it was the Boomerang Snooty stuff. Let's go to the True Lux Spike dog right here. Boomerang. Miss Spike, that's your Eli stuff on the bottom side. With a quarter of Carver stuff. The Iron Head dog. Carver's Mini. Hey, yo, we were just talking about this stuff right here early this video and last video. Now, a brother will say this dog here is gray. This is a blue dog right here. A brother will say this is a blue dog. Let me click on it, see if it's a picture. No picture. But her name is Gray Lady. So, I mean, a brother can argue and say this dog is a gray dog. You know? Damn. Oh, but I know something a brother said, man. A brother say Red Boy produced blue brindle dogs. Now, I don't believe that, brother. You got to show me in order for me to believe it. That's something you got to show me for me to believe that Red Boy produced blue brindle. Now, I may believe he produced light color fawn, light color blonde, that's so light brindle. Black brindle, he produced the dark brindle. You know, you got Grch's, you got the other brindle dog. But blue brindle, I have yet to see it, dog. I have yet to see it, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'll give you all the time you need to come up on my show to show me which one of them dogs directly off Red Boy that came out blue brindle. I tell you what, y'all wasn't buying dogs off them Big John dogs for no 4 generations. Walk them all there, wait no 4 generations before they start talking about Big John dogs. You got Big John dogs. Y'all was buying them dogs directly off Big John's sons, and they wasn't crossed out to nothing but Red Boy Jocko stuff. There was no cross to them. Straight Mr. Chambers or Mr. Burns stuff, or either Grand Champion Yellow. Was no crosses made, but you were saying you had Big John dogs. Because the dog made a name for himself. The people made a name for the dog. Lloyd's Gator, Rick Sorrells, or Rick Sorrells. Lloyd's Gator, Boomerang, with your Eli on the very bottom. Or your Arts Missy dog. Yes, sir. Going hard, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing out there. Everybody who doing these channels, man, keep doing your thing. Cause like I said, at the end of the day, you know, when the brother asked me about the vet and the pit bulls, man, these brothers that follow up these different channels, you should have more pit bull knowledge when it comes to that breed than these veterinarians do. You know, they may have more knowledge when it comes to how to fix a broke leg or how to get this particular disease down and get rid of this particular disease, but the breed himself, you got more knowledge when it comes to these pits, man. Hey, going hard said Big Vance was super kennel. Man, Vance done ran off one of my boys. Them boys was on Vance, talking shit to Vance and all kind of shit. And Vance came up to drop his credentials down in the chat. Up on a live one night, and I ain't seen my man no more since then. Man said he had to go back to work, and I ain't seen my buddy since then, man. And Vance did me a solid and came up in and dropped some dropped some dogs like Omega Red and a couple more he dropped up here that I was checking out. Mexican Eli stuff that he had back in the days. Some of that Mexican Eli stuff. Yes, sir, man. So we got Lloyd's Gator coming out off the Boomerang stuff. And that's a champion. Grand champion Boomerang made champion Gator. Then we got Woods champion Pistol Pete. If it's Woods, most likely they got that snooty in it, right? Nope. This is a Woods dog that's Indian Bolio on the bottom side. Patrick's Neal. Oh, Patrick's Tater. So we know when we see Tater, that's the little Tater. When we see Tater, little Tater, not big Tater, but little Tater. So that very bottom side, this very bottom side right here is no Bolio. But this Bolio bred to this female to make Patrick's V. And then you got your Boomerang on the top, all throughout the top. Let's check out Sorrell's Gator Son, champion Gator Son. And what we trying to do as well while we checking these bloodlines out, because and see how many generations of champions they go back to back to back to back. And right here we got 3 from Boomerang to Gator Son, grand champion and 2 champions. Now right here we got 4, because we got LA Dream Team, little bit from Gator Son was a champ, Gator was a champ, and Boomerang, so that's 4. Then we got Little Hen, LA Dream Team, Little Hen. Little Hen, that make 5. From Boomerang, the Gator Son, the Little Bit, the Little Hen. 5 titled dogs back to back. And then we fall off with the next offspring. Man, they say this dog was shown between 71 and 75. 1971 and 1975. This dog right here was around when Eli was around. Let's see the Divine stuff. Divine's Bruce. That's your Eli, Crenshaw Reno stuff on the bottom. Pistol stuff. Eli on the top of the bottom. A Boomerang. Mm. the purpose of we looking at this boomerang stuff is for brothers that may have experience in the boomerang dogs, which dog directly off boomerang was throwing the best dogs for modern day breeders. They don't even have to be a titled dog. Could be a dog with no title on them. But which dog do you see in pedigrees the most? Or not even the most, just which dogs have the best reputation that came off a boomerang? Would it be the Pool Hall Red dog, the Gator, the Sorrells, the Lloyd's Gator dog, and the Pool Hall Red stuff? I'm quite sure this female right here would be one of the dogs that was producing good. Vance say Zeb. You say Zeb, Vance? All right, let me go back to the Boomerang. I seen Zeb down there somewhere. All right. The Zeb stuff. Vance said the Zeb stuff was producing, so that's your Boomerang, Eli, and the Carver pistol. That's the same pedigree I looked at this a few seconds ago. Carver's pistol, your Crenshaw Reno stuff, your Eli in there. What was that Reno dog coming down off of? Cotton Bullet. And that had your Rascal in the back as well. Had your Rascal in it. Then you got your Rascal from the Boomerang dog. And we ain't too much worried about if we don't see no offspring on some dogs, or because we know a lot of them dogs is not even on the database, in the database. Let me pull up that dog that I was talking about that grabbed my hand the other day, and a while back, but I had pulled it up the other day. Let me see what Boomerang dogs that had in it. Who was directly off Boomerang that was in the pedigree. Snooty. That's the Gator dog in that one. The Gator dog. Got the Gator dog all in the bottom right here. Gator dog again. Sorrell's Pistol Pete. So we know Sorrell's Pistol Pete is coming down off the Boomerang stuff. When you see Sorrell's Pistol Pete in your dog. That's one of them. Let me see if it's any more Boomerang dogs from a different side. Damn, that's Beach Boy Billy stuff right there I was just talking about. Beach Boy Billy Spiky. That's Snooty, Hollingsworth Bull, and Chinaman. That ain't got no Boomerang in it right there. Trying to find another Boomerang offspring outside of the Gator dog in this particular dog right here. Eli. Fat Bill Bolero down there. Chinaman. Scooter Red. Payne Scooter Red, I heard that dog name before. But I ain't no Boomerang. So I know I got the Lloyd's Gator dog in this dog when it comes to Boomerang. Same one right there on that one. Loris Gator, Pistol Pete, Sorrel, Pistol Pete, Sorrel, Pistol Pete, Sorrel, Pistol Pete. So in this particular dog, they went through a Loris Gator then. Let me check out Ironworkers Badger dog. See if they got any in it. All right, we got a different dog on this one. We got Carver's Miss Boomer. That's coming off Boomerang. And Lloyd's Clyde coming down off Boomerang. These two dogs right here. So Sorrel's baby would have been a double, a half brother, half sister breed. In actuality, they took Boomerang bred to his daughter, which is Carver's Miss Boomer, because you see it right here, Carver's Miss Boomer. They bred Carver's Miss Boomer to get this Clyde dog. So that was a father and daughter breed to get Clyde, and then they bred Clyde back to his mama. Bred Clyde back to his mama to get the baby dog. So that was an interesting cross up. They went from father to daughter, and then the mama to son. Then you got Lloyd's Clyde right here. That's another same dog from right here that's coming down off Boomerang. Lloyd's Clyde right here. And you got the baby dog again. The baby dog in the 4th generation. Which is right here, which is granddaughter of Boomerang. So we had about three different Boomerang dogs in this particular dog. The Gator dog, the Clyde dog, the baby dog. Well, the Clyde dog was coming directly off stuff. All right, right here we got some more of that Lloyd's Gator. Like I said about this dog, this was a real slow scratching dog, but it was a slow, confident scratching dog. When I say confident, I mean you have confidence. You know that Joker is coming. No matter how slow he was running, you know he was coming across that line. This particular dog right here. Oh yeah, Vance. Vance say GHK and PBK woke him up and had to come out and show a brother. Oh yeah, Vance, man. I didn't see nothing you said. I didn't see nothing disrespectful about the whole ordeal, man. I just it just seemed more like some brothers don't like to be wrong about certain things, but it ain't no big deal. We sometimes we be wrong about stuff. Sometimes we have it right. You know. I ain't even see fam no more, man. I still got going hard. I still got my interview in my notes that I had waiting for y'all for the last damn year. It's been about a year now, about 6 months to a year since we were supposed to do the interview. I still got it in my notes. I ain't gonna throw it away. I said I'm gonna keep this in my iPad. I'm gonna keep this interview right here. Cause brothers be busy and you know what I'm saying? So whenever we do get a chance to do it, I got it. I got it in there. My first question going hard, I was gonna ask you, and I ain't gonna ask you, I ain't gonna give everything away, but I will tell you the type of questions I was gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? No, Cool Beans, Boss Man ain't been back since, man. I gotta find Boss Man, man. We're gonna do a whole show together. Me and Boss Man. Boss Man ain't been back since, man. And I don't want Boss Man to feel no kind of way because we trying to make great bulldoggers out here, man. Hey, going hard, I'm gonna ask you, I was gonna ask you about the Amber dog. I wanna say that's Red Boy Jocko. Amber is a Red Boy Jocko dog without the yellow. And that's just one question. I ain't gonna blow it up and blow it and get these brothers any more of it. When we do it, we'll do it. But I'm gonna ask you about the Amber dog. Yes, sir, man. Boss Man Gold, man. That's what it is. Boss Man Gold. My brother from another mother. I ain't seen you since, dog. Hey, Boss Man. Boss Man, I will say this now. Vance you ain't the only one Vance got. He got me too. Shit, I was talking shit to Vance one time, but I just caught on a little bit faster than you caught on. You know what I'm saying? I peeped what he texts out. He texts something down in the chat, and I caught on to it. And shit, took my seat back, took my seat and sat back down. Ain't no big deal, fam. If you out there listening out there, man, ain't no big deal, man. You win some, you lose some. Just like these dogs, man. You win some, you lose some. And tonight we talk about them Boomerang dogs. And I gave my brothers a scenario with them Eli dogs. Let me go back to old Boomerang. Now Vance say the Zeb dog. If you got Zeb stuff in your pedigree, that's a good line to try to build off of for the Boomerang stuff. The Boomerang Snooty stuff go good together. We don't see a whole lot of pure Snooty dogs unless you going like, say, I'm just gonna give an example. Like I don't know a whole bunch of Snooty dogs outside of a Chinaman. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's the Eli Snooty stuff as well. So I mean, I see they crossed Eli with a lot of this Boomerang stuff back in the days. But you got to look at it. If Boomerang from the 70s, and you got to cross with the dogs that's in your era, like Eli. The best dogs from that era would have been Eli, Boomerang, Bolio. Red Boy them was coming a little later on down the line. And Jeep and all them other dogs was coming later on down the line. Alligator should have been out during them days. Let's go back to some more Boomerang offspring. We know the Zeb, Johnson Zeb, J&R Zeb, the same dog. We looked at Divine's Bruce, Pool Hall Red. We looked at True Luck Spike. We done looked at True Luck Spike. Let's look at Carver's Redneck. Carver's Redneck is your Eli, Arts Missy, Bully Son Arts Missy, made the Carver's Nasan dog, bred the Boomerang. So Boomerang bred back to his daughter. We get Carver's Redneck. And that dog produced a champion as well. Ooh, that dog that got a swole up face there. Something been in his face. You can tell something been in his jaws. Or he been in something else's face. You can see how puffy his face look. Champion Buster. And his offspring, Champion Tom. Let's see how Tom bred. They got Boomerang, Snake Man stuff, the Buster Rum dog, Passe's Buster Rum, Holt's Booger. That's your Boudreaux's Boo stuff. Eli on the bottom side. And I'm not familiar with this top side, say Ponds. I'm not familiar with that. But you got Boomerang on the very top. The Passe Buster Rum on the bottom. That's more Eli and Art's Missy stuff. Which is going back to the Rascal dog. Blind Billy. Got Whitney's Rock Dust coming down off Carver's Tiger Jack. Man say look up. Showtime say look up Boomerang Bob pedigree. What's the kennel name? Boomerang Bob. I might just could type that in. I'm gonna look up what you was talking about too as well, Vance. Would it be this bobtail dog, Boomerang Bobtail? That's Finley Bold, Crenshaw's Reno. Well, that's just like Jeep right there. Same breeding as Jeep. Bred to the Boomerang stuff on the bottom with Carver's Ironhead dog. Now, in this situation right here, he, great bred dog right here. But it's not a whole bunch of Boomerang in it. It's Boomerang in it, 25% in pool, 50% in Pool Hall Red. And then this dog right here knock it down to 25% when they made that breeding. This dog right here have 25% Boomerang in them. Flint Riverside Bootsy. And then they bred it to a dog bred just like Jeep. So that's gonna knock it down about this Boomerang Bobtail dog right here. I ain't sure if this same dog. I'm looking to chat in a few minutes, bro. This Boomerang Bobtail dog will have a low percentage of Boomerang in it. And I'm not sure if that's the same dog Showtime that you're talking about. Because you just say Boomerang Bob and that one's Boomerang Bobtail. It could be two different dogs. Vance say look up Grand Champion Shuffle. Grand Champion Shuffle. I don't see it, Vance. Was it Super Kennel's Grand Champion Shuffle? Let me see if I can type it another way, maybe it'll come up. Oh, it's spelled different. Let me spell it how you got to spell. I still don't see it, bro. It ain't pulling up. Uh, yeah, it ain't coming up, Vance. Grand Champion Shuffle. Let me do it in capital letters. Yeah, it ain't coming up. Needless to say, the Boomerang stuff will be some of your best carver dogs in modern day time. And you will really have to have some line bred stuff down off a dog that was born in 70, not even born, that was matching in 71 to 75. It's no different than, like I said, the Eli dogs. But Mr. Boudreaux, they bred line bred Eli dogs. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Clemens was line bred Eli stuff. You know, with the Boomerang stuff, you know, who line bred the dogs from back then to now, that you can say, okay, if I go to Mr. Boudreaux and buy a dog, I know this dog is probably gonna have Eli in it from top to bottom. No matter if they go back to 1970 before you see Eli, but it's still all the dogs that's in the pedigree is going back to Eli. You know where you can go find all the families of the dogs at. You know where you can find your bolio stuff from. You know, you can concentrate on your buck. You can concentrate on the buck dogs. You can concentrate on a lot of your Pat Patrick stuff. You know, to get your bolio stuff. You can even get some of the Balls dogs, because Dirty Mary is coming off your bolio stuff. So you can have a little bit of Pat Patrick and a little bit of Dirty Mary in your pedigree, and you're gonna still have a good concentration of bolio dogs. But when it comes to Boomerang, you know, who was known to have a family of Boomerang dogs in the 80s and the 90s? We know the Zeb dog producing good, or the Zeb dog was one to have some off. The Gator dog, Rick Sorrell's Gator dog was throwing them. Pool Hall Red, we know Pool Hall Red was throwing them. So you can have a Pool Hall Red and a Sorrell's Gator line bred off them dogs. But of course, if you line breeding from 1970 something, you probably are gonna throw some other kind of blood in there. Of course, you talk about from 1970 something. But you can have a whole bunch of different Boomerang dogs that you could have been breeding your yard off of, from Gator to Pool Hall Red to the Zeb dog, and say this dog up here, Andre's Joey. Which is another Boomerang Eli dog. Steinberg's Diamond coming down off of the Crenshaw's Reno. Damn, Reno got two different pedigrees, don't it? One Crenshaw Reno got Finley Bow and Honey Bunch, and this Crenshaw Reno got Sad Sack and Crenshaw's Polly. See, this shit crazy, man. Grand champion Steinberg's Humphrey. That's when we was going down off the Joey dog. Showtime. Only thing I pulled up was Boomerang Bobtail. I ain't sure if that's the same dog. Oh, he told me he wanted Titan studs. He wanted Titan studs. All right. I couldn't find the grand champion shuffle dog or scuffle dog. Van said that's what they used in Mexico in the 90s for gameness. They didn't use the red boy until the 2000s. Now over here in the South, at least over here in South Carolina, a lot of brothers use that alligator stuff for gameness until the red boy came around. I know an old man, Mr. Pecan Man, was telling me that they was running that gator stuff. For the gameness. Let me pull up old Plumber's alligator again. And you know, Mr. Hammonds made that alligator blood. He the one. He really had a family of dogs off the alligator stuff. I don't know. I don't know what the Plumbers Let me see what it was breeding off of. That's a half brother and sister breeding. No, that's a full brother and sister breeding right there. Alligator to his full sister, Susan Renee. That's where Hammond's got the Sox dog from. Hammond Sox is off alligator and his full sister breeding. Then he kept going down from that. Alligator to the Eli right here on the bottom right here. The Hammond Sox got the Eli on the bottom side. Hammond's Batima, alligator, same breeding, same exact breeding again. Look at the Rufus though. That's your alligator bred to Ironhead daughter. Alligator bred to his mama on this particular breeding. Alligator bred to his mama, made snort pig dog. Andy L, that I did a video about as well already in the past. Andy L, Hammond's Vito. Satin Lady, Hammond's Michelle. Hammond's Brutus. So this is an Eli dog, bully son, whatever you want to call it, on the bottom, and then the alligator on the top. Big shout out to James Carroll in the building. I'll check your responses out tomorrow, James, when I'm going over the comments and stuff like that. You know, I ain't had a chance to check them out. I see you was dropping some comments on the actual comment on the video part, not the chat. So I'll check them as soon as I get off live, or either in the morning when I go through my comments and stuff. Yeah, Showtime say that Lloyd's Gator and Sorrell's Pistol Pete. Yep. Okay, Vance. I had put, well, maybe I spelled it wrong when I put Super Kennel's name in front of it. Let me try it again. Oh, there you go. Strickland's Leo. Yeah, got your Boomerang and Snooty. Carl with Ironhead. Let me see what this blondie dog coming off of. Blind Billy. Tootles Dabo. Trans Rascal back there. So you got your Boomerang coming through your Pool Hall Red dog. And plenty of Snooty up in there. Plenty of Snooty. This champion Thor dog would have had coming out on Pool Hall Red. That's your Boomerang side coming in there. We had one, my homeboy had one Snooty dog that was coming down with a bunch of Snooty stuff in it. But he got beat by a damn, I want to say it was a Big John dog that he put him on. Probably lasted about between 30 minutes to an hour. I can't remember straight offhand. I was there though. I was there. But I just don't remember how long exactly it lasted. I know it didn't last too long. That joker was hollering in the corner. And that damn Snooty dog we had, I ain't sure how much Snooty it had in him, but it was a Snooty dog. It wasn't Snooty through Chinaman though. It was through other Snooty dogs. Yes, sir, man. Snooty and the Boomerang. And like I said, to the brothers that got the Boomerang stuff now, you may not have no Snooty in your stuff. You may be looking for the right sauce to put with it. Brothers back in them days was throwing the Snooty. And I'm thinking, man, if I ain't mistaken, Snooty is another one of them old dogs from back in the days. Snooty, Boomerang, Eli, Alligator, dogs from the 70s. Now, I'm not sure if Snooty's from the 70s, but I think he was. But I'm not sure. He could have been from the 80s. Uh-uh. Crenshaw Screamer coming off Snooty was his daddy. Car was Pistol coming down on Rascal. Davo. Super Kennel Super Red was coming down off Scruffles. That was a Jeep bred into that Snooty stuff. Hey, Super Kennels, was Super Red better than the Scruffles dog? Cause the Scruffle dog didn't have the Jeep. Didn't have the Jeep in it. He just had the Boomerang and Snooty. And then with the Super Red dog, you threw the Jeep in there. Then you got Woods Kate down here. Some more Woods dogs. Might have been some more Snooty stuff. Let me see about the Bronco dog. See what that's coming down off of. That's Finley Bow again. That's more Kobe stuff. And some Boudreaux's Bows stuff in there. That's your Boomerang on the bottom side. So it's your Snooty Boomerang on top and your Jeep Boomerang stuff on the bottom. Yeah, how that dog there was. Well, I see it say he a 3-timer, so I know he was pretty decent. Boomerang Eli. Yeah, that red dog right there, man. He bred up pretty good too. I'm checking this Pee Wee dog out that y'all had coming down off of it. So you got your Boomerang Snooty on the top. And then you got the Scruffle dog again as well on the bottom side. So this Pee Wee dog is super red, bred to like these two dogs here were full brothers and sisters. Which Super Kennel's Chrissy dog is a full brother and sister breeding. Then you bred that back to her. That would have been her uncle. Or her granddaddy rather. Bred it back to her granddaddy. No, you bred it back to her this would be one of her uncles, I would say. Super Red would have been her uncle. Now let me put this little video up here, man, because this is something I seen. I was talking about the Mollywogs the other day. I gotta throw this one up here real quick before I forget about it.
Oh my God!
You see that brother slinging a bull breed dog? That's a bull, some type of bulldog around. Trying to avoid the situation because he don't want to let his dog get into a fight or whatever. He's doing a great job holding his dog up. But you see that Mollywog chasing around him, trying to get hold of the dog. He ain't even trying to bite the boy. He trying to get to the dog. So y'all better stop underestimating the Mollywogs, man, thinking they hit his shepherd dogs. Them dogs is extra curriculum, super dogs. I ain't gonna bullshit you not.
Oh my God! Run upstairs in your house, bro. Run, go upstairs to your apartment, bro. Get your dog. Get your dog, man. Get your dog.
No, sir. Stay in front of me.
Ease on upstairs, baby, with your dog. Ease on upstairs.
I got you. You're right. You're not wrong. I'm sorry. Soldier, what the fuck? Sit. Sit. Sit.
Oh my God.
Them dogs is real aggressive when it comes to any damn thing. You know, Vance said his sister produced okay when it came to the say we didn't do Pee Wee, but the sister produced okay. Hey, you might blow his damn heart, Vance. You put him on juice, boy. They born with juice in them. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's exactly what it is. It's like they born with juice. You know, them jokers there, they don't need no shots with them. You probably be doing a little too much. You shoot them up. They born juice. By the time you get to the age where you gonna do the keep on them, you gonna be like, man, I don't need no juice for this damn dog. Motherfucker here got too much juice already. I need to give him an Adderall. Or damn one of them pills to slow him down. You right about that, Paul Johnson. The owner has no control. But I'm gonna tell you this here though, dog. I was at the park one time training Marino, right? And I had him sitting on the pool on a picnic table. And I had him sitting up there. And I had him stay, and I told him to stay. And then this other guy I know, he was walking a little pit bull. He had a little Jeep pit bull, probably about 4 or 5 months old at the time. A little Jeep dog. Because I know him, that's how I knew it was a Jeep dog. He was walking around the track at the park. And I had Marino sitting on the picnic table, and I was probably about a good 30 feet away from him doing my training commands and stuff. And I'm looking at him. He looking at the dog. He looking at that Jeep dog, that Jeep puppy. And I'm looking at him, and I got the collar on him as well. I got the collar on him, the e-collar. And what do you know? This motherfucker jumped up and shot over there to that little puppy, doing the same thing that dog was doing to my man right there. But I grabbed him before he can actually get hold to the dog or whatever. I got over there. But at that time, when shit jumped off, I was hit the collar. The collar, somehow or another, I guess I didn't have it zapped up high enough or something. Because he ain't stopped. He went straight over there to the little puppy and trying to get to the puppy. I'm glad he didn't bite the damn man, though. You know what I'm saying? I could have, we could work with it, grabbing the puppy or whatever, because, I would have been over there before he could have killed the puppy or anything like that or hurt the puppy real bad. I would have been over there. But I'm just glad he didn't grab hold to the man when he went running over there. Same scenario, though. Going to try to get a dog. Dogs is more dog aggressive than a lot of people think. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, brother, it seemed like she can't control him. She told him to sit. He ain't sit down. And he wasn't listening to nothing she was saying. That's why I say also, man, any and everybody don't need a pit bull, and any and everybody don't need a Belgian Malinois. Well, that's pretty much with any breed of dog. You got your special dogs like your Presa Canaries and Cane Corsos. Any and everybody don't need them. Rottweilers, any and everybody don't need them. Doberman Pinschers, any and everybody don't need them. If you're going to get these special dogs that got special needs, you got to make sure you being especially responsible with that particular dog, man. Don't think, I got a shepherd dog and I can be calm and relaxed with the dog, and you ain't got to have that extra responsibility. Because I'm truthfully, I'm going to tell you the truth. A Belgian Malinois is like a pit bull shepherd. It's like a pit bull dog, but with a shepherd body. They ain't got the long fur like a German shepherd. They got short fur. And they got an attitude that ain't like a regular German shepherd. Now, you can get your working shepherds. Now, that's different. And anybody who getting into them shepherd breed dogs, if you get into it for working stock, do your research on the dogs as well, just like you do your research on the pit bulls, because you can get a show dog and a working dog, and they're going to give you two different kind of temperaments. One is made for the show, one made for the work. Now, I had mine fully trained, Vance. I ain't had no problem with him besides that puppy that he ran off while I was training him, and he didn't listen. That's the only problem I ever had with him. But when he break the chain, I had plenty of yard accidents with mine. I ain't gonna lie to you, he running straight to the damn pits. Meliella the mama. Saber 2000. That motherfucker got loose one damn day. He go try, and with the female dogs, he try to hunch them. If they ain't in heat and they ain't want to let them get it, he go straight to locking. Ain't no snap bite, ain't no curve. That motherfucker jumped on Saber 2000 back, and I was in the backyard there. He jumped on her back and started hunching, and she wasn't in heat, and she looked up at him crazy, and he started growling, and he just grabbed hold to her, pop, start shaking, and they had to go over there and break him up. Him and JD Hall he broke loose and went running over to JD Hall ass. Man, them motherfucker, I like to pass out in the backyard trying to break them up. I'm talking about going in legs, locking like pit bull, and I'm back there trying to break them up. And I got both dogs, man, shit. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy, I like to fell out trying to break them dogs up, man. I was using every little bit of energy I had to break them dogs up. That was one. When he broke, Marino was one that when he break loose, I wasn't worrying about him going to chase nobody down because I had dogs in the yard. If I would have had just him by himself, then I would have been worried about him going to chase somebody in the road down, right? But long as I had dogs in the yard, I knew if he ever get loose, it's going to be a fight. He ain't going to worry about who in the street. He going straight to one of these dogs back here, and it's going to be a roll. And I'm talking about that motherfucker tuck and do it all that shit. Same way that Belgian Malinois was doing that little pig the other night. Shit, he do that shit with the pit bulls. Big shout out to Full Bite Kennel in the building and Saab in the building. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate all y'all as well. Yes, sir, man. The Malinois, I tell every brother, they underestimate the Malinois, Full Bite. They underestimate them, man. When I have a Malinois litter, man, that's the hardest working shit I ever. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I have to work with a Malinois litter. If I have a Malinois litter and then I go have a pit bull litter, I feel like I'm on vacation. I'm talking about raising the puppies wise. When they about 4 weeks and 5 weeks old. Because my Malinois, the smallest litter she had was 12 puppies. And then when I get the pit bull, they 6, 7 puppies or whatever, but they're a whole lot more calmer. You know what I'm saying? They calmer compared to the Malinois. The Malinois climbing out the pool at 4 weeks old. They climbing out. You can't keep them in. Whatever enclosure you got them. If you say you got them in a cage, you better not have them on dirt because they'll start digging out and they'll figure out how to get out and all that type of stuff. You got to have them right. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yes, sir. They coming out that pool at 4 weeks old. You ain't lying about that, Full Bite. They coming out that pool. I tell brothers, man, they great dogs when you see them on movies and all that type of stuff. And that's how I got mine because of the stuff I see on the movies and they looking like they doing all these tricks and all this type of stuff. And I want to say the dog Monkey. I used to see the dog Monkey that be on the social media platform sometimes. The Belgian Malinois, you know what I'm talking about, the one that walk across the tightrope or whatever. That's Monkey. Like when you see stuff like that, it make you want to get the dog, you know. But it's the other stuff that you don't know about the dog that's you about to be into a rude awakening. And some of the smartest dogs you're gonna ever run across. You know, not the smartest in the world, but they amongst the smartest in the world. You know, you're going to see exactly why the military use them dogs and the police officers. Some of them use them dogs. You know, they use shepherds as well. But you'll see exactly why they use them dogs. And when you hear us speak about the KMPV stuff, the brothers that's breeding the dogs in Europe, that's when you find they done cross it into your pit bull stuff. You know, and you got your bull herder dog. See, in America, we call them bull herders because they Malinois pit bull crosses, right? But when you get them from a KMPV dog, they don't just breed it pit bull to Malinois and leave it like that. They go pit bull into Malinois and then go back into Malinois or go back into another shepherd. You know what I'm saying? But they got pit bull in it, enough pit bull to say he got it in it and he gonna use them pit bull traits to do what he got to do. You know. And like I say, they trying to in the KMPV. You might have a Rottweiler in your damn shepherd. You might have some type of mastiff in your shepherd. All they try to do is KMPV, and that's where a lot of the military dogs come from. And police dogs get some of their dogs from the KMPV too, But they try to make the ultimate dog. Whatever it takes to make if I gotta add Chihuahua in this dog, I'm just joking about that. But if I gotta add Chihuahua in it to make this dog the ultimate dog, the puppies be the ultimate dogs, then that's what they do. And then they breed that back to another dog. You will never know any of these dogs in it. It look like a straight shepherd. Gonna look like a straight shepherd when you get it. But years before you got it, they did breeding with this dog, and they put all these dogs in it. You might got 5 different kind of dogs in it. Belgian Malinois, German Shepherd, may got a pit bull, may got some type of mastiff in it to give you some size or something. Pit bull gonna bring tenacity to it, with the tenacity that the Malinois already got. Pit bull gonna bring a lot of fighting power to the program. That slap you in the head and you ain't let it go type shit to the program. And they won't just add any pit bull. It'll be a pit bull that one of the breeders know about. That's a great dog that's got all the traits that he's looking for. Yes, sir, man. Hey, Vance. Vance say, so what if you have a problem with someone and they have a dog, you can still tell him to hit the person and he do it? Yeah, that's I never had a problem. I understand what you're saying. If you got a problem with somebody and they got a dog, can you still send them on the person? Now, this is the thing. When you got a Malinois and it's trained on that level, you got to look at it like a gun. And that's the way I looked at it. Like I always said, I can never get in an argument with a brother just in the streets and sick my dog on him. I can fight enough, and I can take an ass whipping. I'm from the area where I can take an ass whipping. But if I start getting, if I start fighting, my dog gonna try to back me up. But it say if somebody else got a dog, you saying would a dog go to the dog instead of the person, and you want to send them on the person. Yeah, I mean, I train with commands and all that type of stuff. So when I tell my dog the German command for attack, he going towards the person. Now, if they let their dog go first, Vance, and say they let their dog go and the dog come to my dog first, then it's gonna be a fight. The dog gonna fight dog to dog. And Vance, truthfully, I don't even know if the brothers in the little what they call the ring and all that stuff and the Schutzen and all that, I don't even know if they use dogs. Because we see them biting the suit and all that stuff. That's a good statement you made there, Vance. It might be best for brothers to have dogs, right? The brother with the suit on, have a dog. And even if you see if that Malinois gonna hit that dog or if he gonna hit that man with that suit. Like you tell him to hit the man, But that's a hard statement, Vance, because what if he hit the man and then the man dog hit him from the back? A Malinois gonna focus on his whole surroundings. So I can't even really answer that, Vance. I'm not sure, dog. That's a good question there. Because what you don't want a dog to do is be stupid. Like some people, they want dogs to say, oh, when he see a knife in your hand or you swinging a baseball bat, he run up and get clumped with the baseball bat. No, man, I don't want a dog that's gonna get clumped with the baseball bat. I want a dog that's gonna dodge that baseball bat and jump in whenever you swing that bat. You know what I'm saying? Because he not gonna be no good to me if he run in there and you swinging like Barry Bonds and you catch him, bam. But when he see you with that weapon, I need for him to, he ain't gotta run straight in up, pump fake a little bit. When you swing, dodge back, jump back, and then jump in. You know what I'm saying? So when you got a dog there, me as a dog, the dog man as well, I'm a automatically peep that out You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kind of be hesitant. For one, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me if you got a dog in your hand. And when I send my dog at you, this got to be a life-threatening situation. So you can talk shit to me with a dog in your hand, but if you got a dog in your hand, you can't hurt me without letting that dog go. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not actually threatening my life, then, you know, I might as well hold my dog and we can talk shit to each other. You know? But yeah, man, even with the protection dogs, they got bloodlines just like we go back and forth about the pit bull bloods. You got top of the line bloods in the Molly Wilds and Dutch Shepherds and German Shepherds. And they got a pedigree database that show you the dogs. You know, they're a little more better than our pedigree database. When I say better, I mean with more pictures. You know, you're liable to see the picture for every dog that you look up in that them shepherds and them working dog pedigree database. I used to go and I used to know how to get straight on it when I had, you know, was really deep into the Molly Wilds before I got back on my pits. It's a database that's just like the pedigrees online and stuff like that. It show you if your dog was working for a police department, and it show you if they got ring titles and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Vance. I'm gonna tell you now, dog. It ain't nothing like a gun. You know, when it comes to protection wise, but with them dogs and you got them trained to the fullest, not just, you know, I always tell brothers, not just to bite that sleeve, but you got to really train. Dog, that's like a weapon in your hand there, buddy. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just like a weapon. I had a brother, you know, give you a quick example. I had a brother that was talking to me and we had a little problem one time, but he was coming up to me and talking to me. And he was saying he wasn't coming for no bullshit or nothing. He was just coming to talk to me like a man. And he showed me he wasn't coming up to bullshit. He showed me he had the burner on him, but he wasn't trying to flash it on me. He was just showing me he had it. And I had Merino in my hand. But the thing was, when me and him got close enough, we was talking, once he got in a certain range, that gun was no more good for him. He didn't understand that. He felt like he was safe with that gun. But once he got close enough to me, that gun was no more good unless I was playing the pussy. Once he got in a certain range, that dog was gonna hit him if I let him go. And then once that dog hit you, I'm gonna disarm you. You know what I'm saying? You can't pull it out. Only way you can get that gun out if I'm bullshitting and I'm playing the pussy and trying to disarm you. My whole thing was once you got within a couple feet of me, you can't do nothing with that gun no more. You know what I'm saying? That dog gonna be on you so fast, and I'm telling you, we train them to hit areas to take men down. In the upper shoulder area, the back shoulder bone area, the thigh area, you know, kind of close to your leg, close to your private parts and all that type of stuff, you know. So that dog rush you right there, and then when I see that happen, I gotta rush you too, you know. And if you ain't gonna be able to do it all. You ain't gonna be able to get that gun out. By the time you get it out, I'll take it. Daryl Hughes in the building. Appreciate you dropping in tonight, brother. Oh yeah, man, them dogs, they weapons now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, if you sick a dog like that you got trained, fully trained, I don't care if it's Pit Bull, Belgian Malinois, or German Shepherd, and they fully trained and you sick them on somebody, you already know what it is, you know. And you say, oh, this self-defense. You're gonna probably have to prove that just like you have to prove self-defense with a gun. Yes, sir. Big shout out to the brother Guy Coasting in the building. Yes, sir. We was talking about them Boomerang dogs tonight, Guy, and checking out a few pedigrees like we always do. And you know, just kicking the shit with the brothers for the Saturday Night Live. You got Earl Spence fight next Saturday, so I'll probably be going a little bit early next Saturday, you know, around the 7 o'clock mark. And that way, you know, everybody can still watch the fight. They want to watch the fight. And, you know, for the brothers that are not into that, you know, we'll be talking dog talk as well. But I'll be going probably at 7 o'clock next Saturday. because of the Tim Tszyu and Earl Spence fight. And I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, man. It ain't nothing more beautiful than a trained damn dog, man. That you got trained to do all that attack stuff, and he trained obedience wise, and he listened to you. And it ain't nothing better than a dog that you can go chill around people with. Now, that's when you start training your dog. Make sure you train him to where he not just lunging out at people just because they coming close. You want him to know, like when I was doing my training, I'll shake people's hands and all that and get close with brothers and give them a hug and all that. And I need my dog to sit right there. You look at some of my old videos, that's what I'm doing. Shaking brothers' hand. Let the dog see that he don't need to attack anytime. It's certain motions that these brothers make towards me, then he attack. You know what I'm saying? I have my brother shake my hand, give me a hug, and then I have him rush me real quick. You know, with some funny does shit. And then he need to attack then. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you just want to be able to go to some of these bars or something and chill, and your dog just sit right beside you and you just chilling. And they thinking, oh, this is a cool dog, and they could pet him and all that if they want to. You know, but my dog wasn't pettable. You couldn't pet my dog, you know. But, you know, just a dog that'll chill and not attack people. And then when something go wrong, he go from 0 to 100 real quick. You know, that's what you want, man. And that's when you start talking about high-priced dogs and $100,000 dogs and $150,000 dogs. They got to be top of the line shit. The Bentleys of the dogs. You know, I don't care what breed you got. They're going to be the Bentleys and the Ferraris of the dogs. You know, these dogs, you can walk in Walmart with these dogs. You know, chill in Walmart. And really, you probably be able to go in Walmart without even having a leash on the dog. Just by him being that trained, he going to stay by your side like that. I wouldn't go in Walmart without a leash because anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, give you an example. You know, when you paying that much money for them type of dogs, you ain't just getting a dog that's biting your sleeve. You know, you getting the real deal Holyfield. And in order to make him real deal Holyfield, you got to put some real deal work in that dog. But it's all, you enjoy that shit, man. I enjoyed it. I hate that I don't got that dog now because so much work that I put into that dog. You know, when I do train one to that level again, I mean, I put a lot of work in when I look back on it. I had this brother helping me with bite work. That brother helping me with bite work. This brother helping me with bite work. 12 o'clock at night, I'm at the damn park using the street light to train out there by my damn self, working on these commands, working on that. Man, I put work in with them dogs, man. With one particular dog I'm talking about, you know, and it goes up to hours and hours and hours and hours of training. But he was, when I look back on it, you know, I could take Marino and walk him down. I used to show off with him sometimes. When they have football games, I go out there and do all kind of tricks and stuff with him. You know what I'm saying? I could walk him down the highway and he wouldn't chase the cars. See, Anime, she'll run after damn cars and shit. I can't walk her down the highway and without a chain on her, a leash on her rather. Marino, I can walk him. I tell him to heel and walk down the side of the highway, and he'll walk right beside me the whole way there. I tell him to sit. That's what I used to do. I used to walk down the sidewalk, and I tell him to sit. And then I keep walking the direction I'm going, and he'd be sit right there. He'd stay right there till I tell him to come on. And he ain't gonna chase no cars. He'd just be sitting right there. And then people be riding by looking at him just sitting on the side of the road. Just sitting there looking. He looking like a statue. And then I say, come. And he'd come running right beside me and catch up and start back to his heel. You know what I'm saying? Full Bite say Spence not like that, so he team Boots. If Spence win this fight coming up, I kind of believe that may be a fight that Spence may have to see eventually when it comes to Boots. Now, when it comes to Boots and Spence, I'm going to roll with Spence because I've been fucking with Spence before he got beat with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right, Vance. I want to see if Spence back focused too, man. I want to see if he back focused. You know, because other than Crawford, I didn't see nobody else beating Spence at the time. Saab said his uncle lived in Germany and brought three back with him when he moved back to the States. Make an aggressive move, that was your ass. Yes, sir, man. That's what you want when you train them dogs. You want them to know the difference between good and bad emotions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As you're doing your training, you're gonna want them to understand like vocals, the way people speaking and all kind of stuff. And this is not basic. This is not your basic stuff. We talk about advanced. You're gonna want them to be able to read eye contact and facial expressions and stuff like that. Which the average dog could tell, with somebody, they can read a person vibes, or your average dog that's not even trained can read vibes from a person or whatever. But a trained dog, man, it's a beautiful thing to have when it comes to the dogs and stuff. You enjoy it, you have fun doing it. It's hard. There's a lot of work into it, but every command that you get, every command that you teach your dog, y'all feel like y'all done won a Super Bowl or something. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he know how to sit, he know how to stay, he know how to come, he know how to do this, he know how to do that. Yeah, that shit, it's a lot of work, but it pays off when you get it done. Yeah, Earl Spence say he don't need no warm-up fights. He said he going straight belt the ass against Tim Tszyu next week. Hey, it's another fight, old Charlo fighting it on the card too as well. So that might be a good fight to check out, old Charlo. I forgot who he said he was fighting, but he fight next week as well in Australia. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Vance, you right now. I don't know if Spence can beat Boots, because Boots kind of fast. But they say the last man that fought Boots kind of rocked him a little bit at one point in that fight. He had him stunned a little bit. Now Spence got to show that he can. Spence got to show me he can kick some ass again, because that shit with Crawford he did. Crawford was just pat him all over his body. Everywhere he looked, Crawford was hitting him. And Boots in is kind of fast. He remind you more of Crawford in this fight that Tim Tszyu that Spence about to fight. And so Boots might get damn land them punches the way he got to land them. I don't know. Oh yeah, they're still good at 8 years old, Vance. Yep. Because you gotta look at it like they say, a dog will live according to his life, and they like to say pit bulls will die early because a lot of the fighting that they go throughout their life. But these dogs ain't going through no fighting like that. So just the lifespan of a shepherd dog is 15, 16 years. That's the average lifespan. So 8-year-old Malinois or 8-year-old Dutch Shepherd or German Shepherd, be careful. Be careful now. You got great German Shepherds out there, great German Shepherds. But you got to be careful with German Shepherds compared to Malinois with the hip dysplasia and stuff like that. You got to be more careful with them and about like who you get your dogs from. Just like pit bulls, man. You get a bullshit pit bull from somebody that is just out here bullshitting around, and you get a bullshit Malinois from somebody that's out here bullshitting around. You got like I said, you got top of the line bloodlines with them dogs. Showtime say Tim had 8 fights in 3 years. And that's like old school compared to how them brothers fighting now. 8 fights in 3 years, these brothers, Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson and them boys fighting one fight a damn year. 8 fights in 3 years, that's an average of almost 3 fights a year. 3 fights a year, and 1 year you have 2 fights. So that's damn good compared to what these brothers fighting now. 1 fight a dang on year. Now they talking about Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney might be the next one. I think that's his mandatory. Showtime say he got a 10-year-old pit bull that acts like a puppy. Yes, sir, man. And when you take care of them dogs, man, you have them 10-year-old dogs, them 9-year-old dogs that you won't even be able to tell how old he is. Yep. Vance say 2 fights a year. Most of the fighters fight 2 fights a year. Yeah, if they fight somebody in January, they ain't gonna have no choice but to fight somebody by the end of the year. But let them suckers run that game on us and do all that talking on them social media platforms till damn July. And they fight in July. Like this fight Earl Spence got in July. We might not see him fight no more till next year. Oh, my next fight in March. Man, hell no. Fight in July, and we want to see you in the ring again in September. I think Canelo got a fight coming up too as well. The boys ain't doing it like they did it back in the days, man. Mike Tyson style. Mike Tyson fought about 10 times a year. Full Bite say he got one that's 11 years old still producing. Yes, sir, man. It be like that, Full Bite, when you're taking care of them. I was supposed to have a Molly Wild Little about to drop right now, but the dog I bred with, I don't think the brother, this is the second time I bred with him and she didn't catch. She don't look like she caught to me. It's been about a month now, and she looking game style. She's still looking game, and I know Anime, she'll start damn hanging, bound by that month mark, she'd be hanging. So I don't think she caught, man, for the brothers that waiting on me to drop the Molly Wild puppies. Man, Tank gotta go ahead and get back in the ring if he gonna get in the ring, cause he got a big fan base, and you can't forget about old buddy now, old damn Roach, old Lamont Roach. He had 2 draws back to back, one against Tank and the other one against Pitbull Cruz, and that was the last time he fought. But Lamont Roach is a contender for them brothers. Only thing about Tank, man, he's just so small. I don't know if he's gonna be able to. You see how Shakur and them boys, they going back and forth, 147, or Devin Haney 147. Tank, I don't think Tank gonna be able to get that big. And Floyd's scared of damn Pac-Man. He might not be literally scared of him, but shit. He owe Pac-Man them some money now, and he done backed out of that fight. Vance say Tank can go to 140. Well, Shakur say he best at 140. Well, y'all seen Shakur arguing with old the other night or other morning? Shannon Sharp. He get mad because Shannon Sharp say his style bored. Man, everybody say that, and everybody know that you ain't supposed to get hit or whatever. And Shakur got the technique, he got the style, the fundamentals, the technique, and all that. But man, shit, the truth is the truth. That shit be bored, man. Motherfuckers want to see some action when we pay pay-per-view and all that shit. We want to see knockouts. Yeah, I'm gonna check Roach out, man. I like Roach. Yeah, but yes, sir, man. I appreciate brothers rocking with me tonight, man. Like always. You got anything you want me to talk about? Hit me up in the messenger. Hit me up on the comments. To the brothers that was commenting up under the video, not in the chat, but in the comments. Like I said, I'll check your comments out tomorrow and respond to them. Probably in my next video or something. Vance said he liked that style. Very hard to beat. Yeah, that's like a head dog that back pedal. You get a dog and he hit the head and he a good dog, but he know how to backpedal and stay out of trouble. It's hard to beat some of them kind of dogs sometimes, you know, especially if you're a killer. But only thing about it, in boxing, Shakur, I'm gonna say it like this. You know, I understand why he do what he do. And he'll be undamaged when his career over. He won't have a lot of damage that a lot of people have as far as brain and talking all slow and all that type of stuff. You know, and the name of the game is to hit and not get hit. But as fans that like to see some action, you know, like to jump out your chair and yelling. If you was at the fight, you want to jump out your chair yelling and all kind of shit. Like, oh, you know, he gotta give you some more action. Like when we say, okay, man, I don't think them boys can beat them boys from back in the days like Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler and them boys, and man. And even though they took losses, see, them boys scared to take a loss, man. All them boys now, that's why they not fighting. Like they scared to take a damn loss. Think it's gonna hurt their legacy. When we still talk about Sugar Ray Leonard like he was undefeated, Marvin Hagler and them like they was undefeated. Cause them boys give you real deal fights. Real fights when they come to the ring. They had 5 and 6 losses. And these boys undefeated and their names still don't ring bells like Sugar Ray Leonard and them boys. And even Floyd did more fighting and more action than them brothers. Well, some of the brothers, not all of them. You know, Shakur, I mean. Floyd gave you action. And he kept his undefeated damn shit. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with the bait tonight. Y'all brothers stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. Preserve this breed the way you got to preserve this breed. Appreciate you rocking with me tonight, Vance, man. You know what I'm saying? Full bite. Appreciate the protection dog comments and talk you was giving with me. You know what I'm saying? Showtime. All the brothers from earlier. Cuban Lynn Johnson. Yellow One. Let me see who else came up in here earlier. Saab up in here. Rick Williams, I forgot to salute you, man. Salute to you, big dog. I didn't even see you up in the talking sport TV. Appreciate you dropping in tonight, big dog. You know what I'm saying? My brother Guy, appreciate you dropping in. Darrell Hughes. All y'all brothers, man. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe out there. PBK9s, and I'm out.